Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another video. And this is a paid request, this time from Dakota. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much anything, could be a review, re-review, topic, reaction, randomness, or whatever, feel free to send it either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Both links are down below in the info box. Now, this was a topic Dakota mentioned about Jeff Speakman. Now, Jeff Speakman is a martial artist that I think is very underrated. He studied the art of Kenpo. He came out with The Perfect Weapon in 1991. Very underrated film, entertaining martial arts flick. It did all right at the box office. Wasn't nearly a blockbuster, but he had a deal, I believe, with Paramount, like a 3-picture deal. Sadly, because of circumstances, especially the guy who's kind of trying to be between him and the studio, and the guy was just seemed like the guy, I forget his name. He was just fucking around and just screwed things up, and took forever to get the next movie, which was Street Night, and then didn't have the budget of Perfect Weapon, so then the action scenes that were supposed to be filmed, they had to be cut back. That's why I like Street Night, but one of the issues, it doesn't have a whole lot of action. It was supposed to, but budget cuts. And then that led more into just doing straight-to-video movies. Some of them good. Deadly Outbreak, very fun movie. Land of the Free, another fun one. Some of them not so good, like Scorpio 1 and Memorial Day, among others. But his question was, just one of the things which Jeff Speakman mentioned in an interview a while ago, written interview, was that one of the scripts he was attached to that he really wanted to do, but sadly someone else bought it because they owned it, but then Paramount got it, didn't pay attention, and Fox got it, and it was the script for Speed. So yes, originally Speed was going to be a Jeff Speakman vehicle where you would throw in Jeff Speakman fight scenes, action scenes, as well as the concept of speed. Now I don't know how that would have worked. Like, how would he get on and off the bus? Like, maybe he would get off the bus at times, go somewhere, beat some people up, have to get back on the bus. I don't know how that would work. But he asked if that film was made and Jeff Speakman, it followed through and it was a huge hit, what would be the next 3 projects? Like, say Paramount said, we want to give you another 3-picture deal, 3 more movies. What movies would they be? I thought that was an interesting topic, sort of the what if of Jeff Speakman. I mean, what if what it did for Keanu Reeves? What if it did that with Jeff Speakman? And I had to think about it for a bit. So I picked about 4 ideas. There's a lot more, but about 4 or 5 ideas. Some were films that Paramount did afterward, some not. One of them I picked was Jeff Speakman in the film Congo. Now, I like Congo. I just think how cool it would. Congo I thought was underrated. I think it's not as bad as people make it out to be. And no, I did not read the source material. But that was a film about a group of people with this gorilla, Amy. They did with Ernie Hudson's character. And they go off to the Congo. And there's these evil, like these, as dumb as it sounds, evil gorillas. But I would say if you took Congo, you keep Ernie Hudson, you keep the others, but the one guy who's the handler for Amy the gorilla, what if that was Jeff Speakman? And amidst all the troubles of dealing with all the animals and all of the wildlife and the nature elements, as well as these gorillas, which you did Jeff Speakman gunplay, have some pirates. I don't mean the pirates like arg. I mean like pirates that you would see in other modern action films that they figure, oh, it must be about gold, bet it's about gold. Let's chase these guys, get the info. And so you have Jess Beeman fighting these guys off hand to hand, fisticuffs, as well as him, along with Ernie Hudson and others, blowing these fucking gorillas away with guns, not mouths. That'd be a different Congo. The Congo line down under your pants. But no, Congo, you get gunplay with that, and then have Jess Beeman fight some pirates and bad guys. And let's say the place where they need to go, where they want to release Amy the gorilla, but then there's also this pile of gold. They do a little bit of that because there's diamonds there. So you even keep the diamonds. That's why the bad guys. So you have more action and make it more R-rated. Because some of it's pretty violent. Just go all the way. Make it R-rated. I'm not saying you have Jess Beeman do Kimpo on a gorilla. Although, if you did have Jean Van Damme beat the fuck out of a snake in Hard Target, you do have Jess Beeman punch a gorilla. And come on. Who wouldn't want to see Jess Beeman punch a gorilla? At least one time. Come on, you wouldn't want to see an evil gorilla, Jess Beeman doing some Kimpo, and I'll see that. But yeah, Congo, that'd be interesting to plug Jess Beeman in there in the lead, along with Ernie Hudson and the others. I think that'd be pretty cool, actually. And I think Jess Beeman's not a bad actor, so I could buy him as a scientist type of guy. Because he seems like a nice, going, affable guy. Doesn't have a heavy accent, doesn't have, he's a pretty good actor. He's actually a pretty solid actor. Not bad at all. I didn't think he was wooden at all in his performances in those action films. So I think he could carry that. And yeah, I like Congo, but I think that would be even better. Because the guy, I think Dylan Walsh is his name. I could be wrong. He's alright, but he doesn't really have much to do. And I think Ernie Hudson outshines him. But then he's fine in the role. But someone like Jess Beeman and then get some martial arts, physicality in there, I think that'd be pretty cool. Another one would be Hard Rain. And I like Hard Rain with Christian Slater and Morgan Freeman. But we would see Jess Beeman do Hard Rain. I guess Hard Rain isn't really a Die Hard type of movie. I was going to say Die Hard in a Flood. But I think that'd be cool. Like, again, Hard Rain I think is underrated. But to have Jess Beeman, and I just imagine the big cool set pieces you had in Hard Rain, where the whole town's flooded and you got these cool big action scenes with jet skis and going in and around buildings and being all the way they made that town look flooded. I thought they did a really good job. They will probably never do it again because it would cost a lot of money, but that's one of the great aspects. And Morgan Freeman, good actor. But to have Jess Beeman, you throw in some tempo fisticuffs, like something caves in, the room is flooding more and more, and Jess Beeman has to fight these guys. He's got to do as quick as he can before it floods all the way through to drown them. Kind of like his own big budget, like Daylight. Daylight beats Die Hard. That could be his version of Hard Rain. Or maybe the original title, The Flood. That might be a better title, The Flood, instead of Hard Rain. I don't know, The Flood just sounds better. Maybe it sounds more generic to some people, but your Hard Rain is like, okay. But I think I think those were two Paramount films, Congo and Hard Rain. So but those two films didn't do well. So I guess as his agent, I would be fired because those films were bomb. But I'm just saying what I would like to see. Other ideas. There's this low-budget film that came out called The Horde, which I actually didn't mind because I like the idea. There's a couple movies called The Horde. So the one I'm talking about is the one where you had a teacher with a group of students, and then they went out, but then some of them got captured. Actually, all of them got captured by these inbred mutants with a taste of blood and like a little bit of post-apocalyptic not the world they live in, but imagine like inbred mutants mixed in with people you would see in a Road Warrior movie. But it's like these people that are ready to cut you up, kill you up, rip you apart. And in that movie, the teacher was the wife, I believe, of our lead, who is Navy SEAL John Crenshaw. Acted by Jeff Speakman. Navy SEAL John Crenshaw. He comes in and he's fucking up all these bad guys. Some of them got guns, some of them don't have guns, some of them are more of the inbred mutants. And just like have gore scenes like a Friday the 13th film, but Jeff Speakman is kicking ass, taking names, breaking arms, using his Kimpo. I mean, he kills someone with a shotgun to his nuts in Deadly Outbreak. Yes, you forgot your bulletproof cup. So I just see that. Imagine like a more martial arts action film version of the Hills of Eyes remake. Like that could be The Horde. I think that'd be a pretty damn fun movie to see. Or John Carpenter's Ghost of Mars. You bring that to Paramount, and instead of Ice Cube, have Jeff Speakman. Like Jeff Speakman star in The Ghost of Mars with Natasha Henstridge and Jason Statham. I think that'd be pretty damn cool. Jeff Speakman, I could buy him in that role that Ice Cube played. And him talking with Natasha Henstridge, and it'd be a different kind of role for Jeff Speakman, and he's kicking the bad guy's ass, the hand, fisticuffs, hand to hand, knife to knife, as well as, and he would definitely do better in the fight scenes than Ice Cube. And I like Ghost of Mars for what it is, and I even don't mind Ice Cube in the film, honestly. It's just, I do think there are people that would have been better. I think Ice Cube did fine, in my opinion, but like Jason Statham, I think should have been the lead, or have someone like Jeff Speakman. Or Wesley Snipes or someone, but I think that'd be pretty cool. If Jeff Speakman was the star of Ghost of Mars, and bring that to Paramount. Or, I like Double Team with Van Damme, and I don't love it, but Van Damme and Dennis Rodman. But imagine a film like that, but with Jeff Speakman and Jackie Chan. Or maybe a cleaned up Van Damme and Jeff Speakman. I know Jeff Speakman's like, Jeff Speakman doesn't really have much respect for Van Damme. But maybe if you have a cleaned up Van Damme away from the drugs, and, actually have a conversation with Jeff Speakman, let's work together, okay, let's do this film. Film like Double Team, that would be pretty cool. Or a good version of the Dolph Lundgren's The Minion. Now, if you don't know what that is, that was a Dolph Lundgren film where he played a priest who fights for God, and this demon goes from person to person, which is funny because Dolph Lundgren almost did that movie again in a film called Don't Kill It, which was also about a creature that went from person to person. So I'm like, wow, this isn't even the first Dolph Lundgren film that did it. The Minion did it before that. But again, he played a priest, and it was kind of like a low budget The Hidden, except it didn't have the cool effects of The Hidden. But it's about this, instead of an alien, this is more of a demon that goes from person to person's body. But if you have Jeff Speakman star in that, and you want to do that, but put in more effects on the caliber of The Hidden, and have some really cool fights. So he's fighting all these different people that's being possessed, and maybe some of them he's able to get the demon out of, and the ones he can't, he's got to fight and defend himself. Like a good version of Dolph Lundgren's The Minion. Maybe use that fucking fist with the spikes on it more that we see in some of the posters of The Minion that Dolph Lundgren has, but he doesn't use it that much. So, I mean, those are the ones I thought of at the top of my head, like Congo, Hard Rain, The Horde, maybe Ghost of Mars, The Minion. And sorry about that, sometimes I clear my throat. I know that gets annoying in videos, so I apologize for that. Probably why I shouldn't be drinking soda, but I can't help it. I want to. Because I'm trying to think, like, what... I do like some of the Jeff Speakman... Also a bigger budget version of Deadly Outbreak. Like, if he's this popular, do Daily Outbreak, and I really enjoyed Daily Outbreak, but give it even bigger budget. And it did a lot for the low budget it had. But that way you could maybe recast some of the supporting villain roles. Ron Silver's good, but maybe some of the other guys. Get a better composer, because I do think the score Daily Outbreak is kind of Like, get a better composer. Like, if you had Daily Outbreak, but you get Alan Silvestri, or you get, well, he'd probably make it sound like the score to Predator, or he'd be told to score like Predator. Or you get guy who did the score for Speed, Mark Mancina, and you just someone that to score Daily Outbreak. That'd be pretty cool. It's like a bigger budget Daily Outbreak with a bigger budget. That'd be pretty cool too. So those are some that that popped in my head. What else with Paramount? This is only based on what I would want to see, and I like seeing action heroes with the adventure, sci-fi, horror aspect. Is this cool mesh of action and horror, or action and sci-fi that I'm a sucker for. I'm sure if I'm reality comes into play, it'd be more straightforward, especially when you get to after 94, you get into 96, 97. Now you got Independence Day, you got Twister, you got these The Mummy and The Matrix in 99. It'd be more of those effects heavy films and less of the one man army commando Rambo stuff. So in reality, it'd be more of those kinds of films. And I'm not sure where I would plug Jeff Speakman in with that stuff. But this is a couple stuff I thought of. He mentioned three. I gave about five or so. So hopefully that suffices. But feel free for people out there who's a fan of Jeff Speakman. What three films would you have done? They could be films that exist or films that don't exist. Jack Craven or and other people. Fabio, Italian Stallion 51, John Zero Cool, Mike OCB. Like, feel free. I know they're fans of Jeff Speakman. Yeah, what three films would you want to see him? If say Speed got made and released in '94, what three films would you like to see? And just because he had a deal with Paramount doesn't mean he can't do other films. I mean, Steven Seagal had a deal with Warner Bros., but he also did Hard to Kill with 20th Century Fox. Because you look at those early films with Steven Seagal, like Above the Law, Out for Justice, Hard to Kill. No, Marked for Death was Fox. Marked for Death. Hard to Kill was Warner Brothers. Yeah, Above the Law, Under Siege, Out for Justice. The one with Fox was Marked for Death. Yeah, because that's the one that came out the same year as Predator 2, and both of them had what was it? Jamaican gang members, which I thought was a weird coincidence. Because Seagal wanted to do Predator 2, didn't get it, so then did another movie with Fox in the same year that also has a Jamaican gang in them. Hmm. So does that mean in Screwface I should just imagine the Predator? I don't know. But that'd be a weird if someone did that with deep face. Instead of Screwface, it's the Predator. And then when he killed one, it's a second Predator. And then when Seagal says, I hope there weren't triplets. If someone did a weird deep fake of that, that'd be pretty hilarious, actually. Marked for Death, but anytime you see Screwface, it's a Predator. Or anytime you saw all the bad guys are Predators. There you go. Every bad guy is replaced with a Predator. If someone knew how to do that, take Marked for Death, replace every fucking bad guy with a Predator. So, and of course, Seagal would be doing Aikido on Predators. That's why I'm fine with, the Predator 2 we had with Danny Glover. Because I don't want to see him, Seagal. You know that's what he would want to do. I can't be beaten by this guy. I need to do Tito on the Predator. I'd be like, oh, I will not come out of my trailer. So yeah, I can see why they said no to Seagal. Sorry. Danny Glover was the better choice. But anyway, Jess Speedman, I love the guy. I wish we could have seen one more film with him, but he's up there with age. He had to deal with throat cancer. I'm glad he's feeling better, but he's up there with age, and I think that's kind of done. I think he's training people. He has the schools in martial arts. I hope someone sits down to do an interview with him with all of his old films. I love to hear the stories of, Street Night, Deadly Outbreak, Land of the Free. How was it working with Jim Varney, Ernest P. Worrell himself, and The Expert? I'd rather see that instead. Well, if someone said, hey, we want to do one more movie with Jeff Speedman, I'd be very curious about it, to be honest, but I don't expect that happening. So someone do a documentary. Do a documentary on Jeff Speedman. Believe me, there's been a lot of other people that have had documentaries made for them that were not worth fucking spit. I think Jeff Speedman would be worth it, so. And yeah, we'd like to have seen these films and others with Jeff. Instead of Scorpio 1 and Memorial Day and what was that fucking movie? I forgot what the fuck it was called. It's like some family adventure film. I forgot what the fuck it was called, man. Whatever. It is what it is. So with that said, thanks for watching. Take care. And if you don't know Jeff Speedman, at the very least, check out The Perfect Weapon, Deadly Outbreak, and if you enjoy those, check out Land of the Free and Street Night. Because I would say those are his, in my opinion, his 4 best movies. So with that said, we'll see you guys later. Bye-bye.